Welcome to Timekeeping. This show will attempt to chronicle year-by-year changes to the Walt Disney World Resort, from the excitement of a whole new land opening to the minutiae of a store changing names. Join us as we celebrate 50 years of the vacation kingdom of the world. 2017 would go down as one of the most important years in the entire 5 decades of Walt Disney World's existence. After being the butt of jokes for years, Disney's Animal Kingdom's newest land would premiere to near universal praise. But as the saying goes, the mouse giveth and the mouse taketh away. 2 classic opening day attractions beloved by many would close simultaneously with little notice. All this as more announcements came, seemingly building to an almost rejuvenated Walt Disney World. The changes to the Magic Kingdom began even before entering the park. On April 3rd, the security checkpoints for guests arriving from the Transportation and Ticket Center or the Magic Kingdom resorts was moved to the TTC or before boarding at the monorail or boats at the hotels. The Welcome Show ended its run at the Main Street train station on January 8th and moved to the Cinderella Castle forecourt stage as the new Let the Memories Begin show the next day. Also removed from the train station, the word "the" was removed from in front of the Magic Kingdom name in April, along with the population sign. The lockers at all parks were switched to an electronic kiosk system on August 26th. The House of Magic facade was restored outside its former home on Main Street in November. In December, the fountain outside the First Aid Center was removed. A new theater and more permanent Main Street bypass was announced at D23, but it was later canceled. After more than 13 years, Wishes, a magical gathering of Disney Dreams fireworks, ended on May 11th. Its replacement, Happily Ever After, began the next night, May 12th. The new nighttime spectacular featured extensive projection mapping on Cinderella Castle, in addition to pyrotechnics. The show was broken into themed segments: Dreams, Journey, Friendship, Love, Adversity, and Triumph, all the stages to reaching your Happily Ever After. Tinkerbell would still fly from the castle, now signaling the finale of the show, an all-too-emotional moment. Moving into Adventureland, the construction began on what would become the Club 33 location near Skipper Canteen in October. June 19th saw the addition of an on-ride photo to Pirates of the Caribbean just before the drop. Also added back was a talking skull. In Liberty Square, the Heritage House became the Ticket Center and satellite guest relations location. The Hall of Presidents finally returned on December 18th, adding President Donald Trump, as well as new narration and new pre-show exhibits focusing on Walt and great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Tomorrowland lost the cabanas on February 17th, but added the Joffrey's Revive kiosk, complete with retro signage, on March 7th. On that morning, I would actually be the very first guest to order the Mission to Mars related drink called Mission to S'mores. iCan, the interactive robot, premiered in the land in June. Stitch's Great Escape became the Alien Encounter meet and greet on October 8th, but the show would return for the holiday season for its final unadvertised run. Additional outdoor seating was added to Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, and it was completed in November. EPCOT began its year with a brand new festival, the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, beginning on January 13th. This weekend-only event would feature culinary booths, art galleries, Broadway performers at the America Gardens Theater, and more. The event would run through February 20th. The missing Figment footprints returned to the ImageWorks hallway in February. Mission Space returned from a refurbishment, with the green side completely revamped to be a new mission that orbits the Earth, while the more intense orange side received a graphics upgrade. Both were completely reanimated by ILM. Gary Sinise was replaced by Gina Torres in the pre-show. Announced just weeks before at the D23 Expo, Ellen's Energy Adventure and the Universe of Energy would close forever on August 13th. On August 31st, a history exhibit opened in the Odyssey called Tour the Epcot Legacy. This, of course, was to mark Epcot's upcoming 35th birthday. The Test Track Exit Shop was renamed the Simporium in September, and a new show called the Spectaculab opened inside Innoventions on November 11th. In World Showcase, Canada received new totem poles on January 19th with a very special ceremony. The Mitsukoshi department store in Japan was remodeled in July in preparation for the addition of a new sit-down restaurant. The International Festival of the Holidays replaced the long-running Holidays Around the World in November, though essentially it was just a name change for the event. In Mexico, Choza de Margarita opened on November 15th just outside the Mexico Pavilion, providing relief to the overcrowded tequila bar inside. Hollywood Studios started the year losing the Kermit balloon outside of Muppetvision 3D on February 2nd. The breakfast favorite Starring Rolls Cafe closed permanently on February 3rd, now that Starbucks was handling a majority of the breakfast traffic. One Man's Dream began its normal array of changes with a Beauty and the Beast preview in February. Before the next preview, the exhibits changed to costumes from Dick Tracy and Father of the Bride before Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales began its preview on April 21st. The Star-Lord and Baby Groot Guardians of the Galaxy meet and greet was added on May 5th, and a Cars 3 preview was added in June. The space was officially renamed to Walt Disney Presents on September 6th to reflect the constant previews and as well changes in gallery exhibits. Also added was a Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land preview through models on the 15th and a Coco film preview on November 3rd. After losing the central costuming building to the park's expansion, a new costuming building began construction backstage in February. The Dark Room and Cover Story were merged in Celebrity Five and Dime in April on Hollywood Boulevard. With the debut of the BB-8 living character meet and greet inside Star Wars Launch Bay on April 9th, the Xbox Disney Infinity display moved to the ABC Sound Studio exhibit space. The studios again hosted Star Wars Galactic Nights on April 14th. May 26th saw two new evening shows. Disney Movie Magic, a projection show on the Chinese Theater that was, in essence, the Great Movie Ride as a nighttime show, and as well the music of Pixar Live in the Theater of the Stars just for the summer. Cruz Ramirez's meet and greet was added to Pixar Place in early June, while a new Muppetvision sign was added to reflect the addition of the theater to Grand Avenue as the Grand Arts Theater. Again, just weeks after the announcement at the D23 Expo, the Great Movie Ride would close forever on August 13th to make way for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. With less than a month to celebrate this beloved attraction, fans came together in ways that had never been seen before. WDWNT.com helped to coordinate a grand farewell dessert party inside the Great Movie Ride just days before it would close forever, which sold out in hours. Thousands of guests would show up for the farewell of the Great Movie Ride, clamoring to be among the very last to experience the trademark attraction of Disney's Hollywood Studios, which dated back to its opening day of May 1st, 1989. Grand Avenue would open in the former Streets of America space with only the baseline tap house on September 29th. A new rollaway stage began being used in front of the Chinese Theater area for the various shows in mid-October. Echo Lake returned from a long refurbishment with new Christmas decor on November 1st, making way for the new spot of the Christmas tree. Sunset Season's Greetings, anchored by a series of projections on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, would begin on November 9th. The show featured 5 sequences, including Toy Story, The Swedish Chef and the Muppets, Olaf, Prep and Landing, and of course Mickey's A Christmas Carol. Star Tours received new sequences on November 17th. The opening now featured either the First Order Stormtroopers or Kylo Ren, a transmission by either Poe Dameron or Maz Kanata, and ended with the crate battle scene and landing on Batuu, the upcoming land that would be Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. December saw new facades added to the main courtyard's projection towers. A Star Wars Galaxy's Edge preview was added to the Star Wars launch bay as well. Rivers of Light would finally open at Disney's Animal Kingdom on February 17th after a few preview performances. The show takes place in the Discovery River Amphitheater, featuring several boats, barges, and smaller floats. 2 shamans and acolytes convey the story through dance and puppetry. Light floats, water projections, and other dancers come in and out through the show's 5 acts: the Gifts of Light, Parade of Animal Spirits, the Dance of the Lotus, We Are One, and Rivers of Light. Keeping to the park's theme, the performers, floats, and projections all center around animals and feature some live-action footage. Also in February, a Doc McStuffins meet and greet was added to Planet Watch. Flights of Wonder in Asia performed its final show on December 31st. Of course, the main addition to Animal Kingdom and all of Disney World in 2017 was the anxiously awaited Pandora, the World of Avatar, on May 27th. Set in the Valley of Moara decades after the events of the first film, Alpha Centauri Expeditions is offering tours on the moon of Pandora, where the native Na'vi and humans now live in harmony. Immaculately designed with real foliage mixed with faux foliage, in amongst floating mountains and science fiction elements, the land featured 2 attractions, Pongu Pongu Refreshments, Satuli Canteen, and the Wind Trader's Shop. The first attraction is the Na'vi River Journey. This is a quiet boat ride through the bioluminescent forest of Pandora. The ride combines static and moving physical foreground elements with projection technology, showcasing the native animals and the Na'vi. The highlight of the attraction is the finale animatronic, the Shaman of Song, a large, fluid figure, the most complicated to date, that would serenade guests. The main draw of the land was Avatar Flight of Passage. After winding through a queue that includes the bioluminescent tunnels and laboratory, guests are sorted into groups for the first pre-show, where the linking procedure is described before they are allowed to fly. This was imperative, as it was believed that many guests either would not remember the Avatar films or didn't really care enough to watch them before arriving. Guests are then led to the link chamber, where they straddle the motorcycle-like ride vehicle and don their 3D glasses. Now linked to their compatible avatar, which could be physically hundreds of kilometers away, by the way, guests are taken on an exhilarating simulated flight on a Banshee, or as we call it, an Ikran, through different environments of Pandora, such as the plains, the forests, the glowing caves, and over the oceans, while avoiding attacks from the Toruk Makto trying to eat them. The ride features water effects, smells, and even the physical sensation of the Ikran the guests are riding. The ride was an immediate smash hit, and Animal Kingdom would post incredible attendance numbers this year, in record numbers, in fact, defeating many other Walt Disney World theme parks. Though all areas were officially open, the Disney Springs changes continued. Characters in Flight received a new design in January, removing the characters in order to better fit with the new aesthetic. This led to a name change to Aerophile, the company that operates the balloon, in July. Also in January, Stance opened. The Planet Hollywood Observatory would finally open after many delays on January 27th. Meanwhile, Paddlefish opened in the old Fulton's Empress Lily space on February 4th. Keels opened in the town center on March 6th, and the dress shop opened inside Cherry Tree Lane at the Marketplace Co-op on March 31st. The cast parking lot across from Buena Vista Drive closed on April 1st to make way for the third garage. The Polite Pig opened in the town center on April 10th, while Portobello closed on April 23rd. Splitsville opened their enclosed patio on May 5th, and next door Disney Quest would close forever on July 3rd to be replaced by the NBA Experience. In the Marketplace, Fun Finds would close on January 24th in order to take on the Star Wars merchandise from Once Upon a Toy, which had closed that section of the shop on July 24th. The area would be used for the Void VR experiences that would open with Star Wars Secrets of the Empire on December 16th. October saw Bo's Signature Soy Candles open in the Co-op, Swings and Things open a kiosk in the Landing, Savannah Bee and Company moved to near the Ganachery, and Rinse Bath and Body Company open. December 31st saw the final performance of Cirque du Soleil La Nouba, Little Mismatch would close, and the soft opening of the Edison. The Walt Disney World Half Marathon was canceled on January 7th for weather, and the park would close September 10th and 11th due to Hurricane Irma. This actually caused the cancellation of the last Night of Joy event on September 9th, making the 8th the final night of the long-running Christian music event. Policies waived for Irma evacuees led to Art of Animation, Port Orleans Riverside, the Yacht Club, and Fort Wilderness Cabins all offering dog-friendly rooms starting on October 15th. Minnie Vans began to service the Crescent Lake resorts on July 31st and rolled out to the other resorts throughout the rest of the year. Individual toiletries began to be phased out for the mounted larger refillable bottles in August at resort hotels. The Magic Kingdom area resorts received a TTC bypass ramp on November 14th, allowing guests visiting those resorts to avoid the Magic Kingdom toll plaza for the first time ever. Gasparilla Island Grill received a facelift and reopened with a new layout in January at the Grand Floridian. The Cabanas 9B building was closed and demolished at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort to make way for the Grand Destino Tower in February. The Fort Wilderness food truck debuted in February, and Geyser Point Bar and Grill at Wilderness Lodge opened on February 13th. Misadventure Falls, a family raft ride themed to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, would open at Typhoon Lagoon on March 12th. April 2nd saw both the debut of the Bon Voyage breakfast at Trattoria El Forno, and construction began on the Disney Skyliner transportation system. Fittings and fairings closed at the Yacht Club on April 16th, and Shutters and the Port Royale complex at Caribbean Beach closed permanently on April 30th. The Captain's Grill would close in May and moved over into Ariel's temporarily until September 29th at the Yacht and Beach Club. The Market at Ale and Compass Quick Service and Grab and Go location opened on May 15th. The Frozen Summer Games returned to Blizzard Beach on May 26th. The modernization of the value resorts began at Disney's Pop Century in June. On June 16th, Monorail Blue was evacuated on the EPCOT line after a piece of the train fell off into the parking lot. The gondola station construction at the International Gateway also began in June. The Boulder Ridge Cove Pool opened on July 4th at Wilderness Lodge, and a memorial lighthouse for Lane Graves was installed at the Grand Floridian in August. Back at the Wilderness Lodge, the Salon by the Springs opened on October 4th in the former bar space. The Ale and Compass restaurant opened on November 26th at Disney's Yacht Club. The loss of Wishes, the Great Movie Ride, and the Universe of Energy brought both sadness and promise, while the opening of Pandora would lead the way into a series of new land openings that would change Walt Disney World's face forever. With these additions, new transportation systems, hotel upgrades, and expansions were all underway as Walt Disney World started to prepare for its 50th anniversary celebration. Well, time sure flies. If you're enjoying this jump from time to time with us, please hit the like button and please subscribe. If you'd like to support this show and others, you can join the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. To grab the perfect gear to celebrate 50 years of Walt Disney World, head on over to Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. We'll see you real soon right here on Timekeeping.